Black people in England are currently running away and hiding from their white neighbors and friends. Let me explain. If you didn't
So
know,
I want to say good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Shamikia, and I want to welcome you to my TED Talk. The reason why they're running away is because they don't have a community. They see themselves as individuals and not as a unit. Unlike the African American community, if I see you getting jumped by white people, bitch, I'm gonna run from fucking San Antonio with a fucking chair to beat ass. That's not how Europe is with these black British. Look, my sister went to school in 2002 and she saw this shit firsthand then. And the fact that they know this shit happens every year and nobody seems to come together to have a fucking meeting to say, hey, if this shit happens again, you bring a chair, bitch, and I'll bring a club. You got that goddamn ukulele? I'ma need you to have the shank, Ufime. I'ma need you to have the shank. But they make sure they have their Nikes on. They're Adidas. They're so concerned who it is and where it is that we come from. Look, you know you come from Uganda, a land of warriors, but you're getting your ass beat by the English. That's fucked up. And I want to say thank you so much for joining my TikTok.
This right here is where I park my vehicle.
This is public street parking.
This is where I park my car so that I know where it is at all times. I've lived here for 12 years.
Oh, wow.
And
Congratulations.
okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
12
seem pretty
years.
proud of that.
Well, actually, I am a very proud homeowner on this street. I know pretty much everybody on the street.
Okay.
And we're all very friendly with each other.
Well,
which
I live here
obviously
too.
You're not.
I live here too, and so I can park here because this is public street parking.
You could, but
Yeah.
you
So-
could also be a nice neighbor and just let me have my spot and keep it open.
How is me giving you a public street parking spot being a
look,
bad?
I don't want to argue. I don't want to get into it with you
Great.
here, but everybody on this street is actually very nice. And we all know that this is my spot. So
Okay,
if you don't mind, could you please move it?
No, I'm not going to move it.
You're not going to move it? Okay.
No.
Then I'm going to have to go get my husband.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go get my
Okay.
husband right now.
All right.
Okay.
And what would he do?
Try to talk to you.
Okay.
I don't know if that's going to work,
No,
but I'm going to go get my husband.
it's probably not.
Actually, do you know who my husband is?
No, I don't.
Okay. My husband's name is Joe Anderson.
Okay.
Yes, Joe Anderson.
Okay.
The Joe Anderson?
All right.
Okay.
What?
So you're not a very informed person.
What does that mean?
I'm going to go get my husband, Joe Anderson,
Mm-hmm.
to come talk to you, so that hopefully you will move your car so that I can get my spot back.
I am not moving my car. I'm just giving you a heads up right
And
now.
I am definitely going to get Joe Anderson.
You can get Joe Anderson. It doesn't matter to me, though. So I'm not moving the car. This is public street parking. So why would I move my car?
The Joe Anderson.
Okay, no, I heard you about Joe Anderson. But I am parked here
Do you
in a
live
public street parking
down
spot.
here, or do you live down that part of the
Don't
street?
worry about where I live. Don't worry about my
Don't worry-
house.
Oh, I worry about.
Where's
my
your
street.
house? Where's your house?
Oh, like I'm going to tell you that right now.
You just asked me my house,
All
so I
need
can
to
ask
do
you
is to tell you
yours.
that this is my spot.
I
You're a very rude person, aren't you? You're not a friendly neighbor type, huh?
How am I being rude? You just ran up to my
Wow.
car yelling at me about parking
Joe
in public
Anderson
street
and
parking.
I love the neighbors here. We all get along really well. We do
Oh.
sometimes even have like dinner parties together, but
Okay.
obviously you're not going to get invited to one of those.
All right, well, that's too bad, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it is too bad for you.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So see ya. Can you leave me alone? Get him. Go get him. Hey, what was his name again, by the way?
The Joe Anderson.
Got it. Okay, good to know. Can't wait to meet him. Bye.
This is the reason why black folks avoid white neighborhood. A lot of anti-black, a lot of rejection, planned rejection, frustration, you know, concocted just to frustrate the black folks. And this has happened over and over again. And the blacks are tired of having this. Instead of saying this happened to them over and over again, is either to challenge it or some just move away. Welcome to my channel, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I have a very interesting story for you today that I want us to go through together so that when I come back, we shall begin a conversation as to what you think, what you know, what you have experienced. And of course, your feedback is very important because the reason why I have this channel is to expose all of these gimmicks, lies that has been existing, and to make sure that it is debunked and we expose it. This channel is for educational purpose, enlightenment, platform to debunk white and black rhetoric that has been told. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. If you love this great content, credit belongs to the original creator of every content that I'm sharing with you today. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
You didn't want to move your car, so now you're not going to leave.
Yeah, I am going to leave. Can you get away from my door?
No, you're going to sit here and wait until Joe Anderson gets off his call. He's on a very important call right now, and then he's going to come out and he wants to talk to you.
What are you talking about? I'm not waiting for anybody.
Well, I guess it looks like you're going to have to because you're not getting out of the car right now.
So just to be clear right now, you're punishing me for parking in a public street parking spot.
No, I'm not punishing you. I came out here as a friendly neighbor, and I told you that this is my spot.
It's not your spot. This is public street parking.
Easy access for me, and I always know where my car is.
It's easy access for me as well.
And my husband, Joe Anderson, and I like to park my car here. Okay?
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
And everyone on the street understands that. Everyone on the street is very friendly.
Good for everybody else.
I've lived here 12 years. So I've lived
How
here
am I not friendly? Just because I took a spot that was open on the street does not make me not friendly. You're the one that's not being friendly by running up to my door and blocking my door. So can you move so I can get out of my door now?
If this was your spot, I wouldn't park here. How about that?
Okay, great. That's great. I'm so happy to hear that. Now can you? I'm getting out.
Anderson is on a phone
Good for you. I'm getting out. Yeah, I am.
I don't think so.
Move. I'm opening my door.
No, you're
not.
I
am. I'm opening my door.
Try.
I'm opening my door. What are you doing? Are you kidding me?
Oh. You parked in my spot and now you punctured my lung.
How did I puncture you lung? You just slammed my door shut.
Oh yeah, you are definitely not leaving now.
Are you kidding me? You're faking it. You're obviously faking it.
I'm not faking it.
Yes, you are.
Like assaulted me almost.
I assaulted you.
Yeah.
How would you slamming my door be an assault?
I can barely even breathe. You are a rude neighbor.
I'm a rude neighbor.
We don't like people like that on the street.
All right, can I just say, if you had your lung punctured, you wouldn't be saying that I'm just a rude neighbor. You would need help.
It's not punctured, but it's definitely affected.
It's affected. You have an affected lung.
You park in my spot. You affect my lung. You don't know who my husband, Joe Anderson, is.
I don't know who your husband is. No, I don't.
You're really something else.
I'm something else.
Yeah.
You're something else, actually.
Wow.
So can you move now because I'm getting stop. Don't get on my car. Seriously, back off my car.
Moving.
You're not moving, really.
I'm not moving until my husband, Joe Anderson, has a little conversation with you.
Okay. All right. I don't care about Joe Anderson. I'm going to leave now. So if you're not going to go on that side, then I'm going to get out of this side.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I am. What are you doing? Stop.
You're not going to get us this side either. Oh my God. You're going to sit there and you're going to wait until my husband, Joe Anderson, comes and talks to you.
You can't hold me captive in my own car.
Oh, you're being held captive.
Yeah. You're just slamming the doors every time I'm trying to get out.
You do something to one of my lungs where I'm having a little trouble breathing now.
Stop. Seriously, I'm getting out. Stop.
One of the craziest parts about being black navigating white spaces is how white people will try to like size you up, and it'll be by way of like seemingly innocuous questions, but obviously if you're used to this happening like for a long portion of your life, you can like identify it pretty early. This weekend for New Year's, my a friend of mine who's Hispanic invited me to like hang out with some of his friends. I didn't have anything else going on. I recently moved to Denver. I'm always trying to like make new friends, so I'm like down or whatever. And the thing about me, I've been in sales for 15 years, so if you don't like me, it's a concerted effort. Like, I know I have first interactions down. I can talk to anybody about anything. So if you don't like me, it's usually a concerted effort. Me and my friend walk in. He introduced me to like 4 of his friends. One is a couple. I'm talking to the couple. I had went snowboarding the day before. talking to them about how, like, you know, I was stuck in like this little town, and I was, you know, there for like 3 hours talking to friends, like yada yada yada. And then when I tell you, out of thin air, after like 10 minutes of this story, he literally out of complete thin air was like, what do you do for a living? And I literally can't stand that question, because it's usually at like times where I was like, okay, what are you trying to like determine how much respect to give me right now? The rest of the night goes on, more friends end up coming into the bar, and I end up talking to another couple. The girl out of the couple is really cool, and her boyfriend is within earshot. And I'm telling her the story of how I met this friend. I was like, yeah, we were admiring each other's cars, da da da. She asked, and mind you, I had been talking to her for probably like a solid 5 to 7 minutes. Her boyfriend was just sitting there silent, never engaged. And I was like, yeah, I have this car, he has that car. And as soon as, and my car is like, if you don't know cars, my car means nothing. My car is just a car. But if you know cars, like I have a car that like people are like, oh shit, it's like that type of car. And once I told her what type of car I have, his head had not talked to me the whole time. And I literally have this screenshot from his head snatching around and like looking me dead in my face. Like once I said what kind of car I have, and he then proceeded to like engage me in conversation, and we were talking about that. And I'm like, that was just such a weird interaction, and basically like ignore me the whole time. And then when you find out I have a nice car, then you're interested in having conversation with me. I have a ton of stories like these, but I don't know, it's just a really weird experience to constantly have happen. I literally have another viral video on my page where the same thing just happened earlier this week when I was on the ski. All the time on the ski lift, people are always trying to ask me qualifying questions to low-key like determine how can I afford to be there. And it's like the weirdest thing ever.
Black people in England are currently running away and hiding from their white neighbors and friends. Let me explain. If you didn't know...
You know what's funny about this is very, very often when black Brits or Brits of melanated complexion, when they want to talk to African Americans or they want to talk to Americans, when they start talking about racism, they always try to make it seem like they don't have those types of problems over there, which to me is wild. But every so often, when they lose a major game and it's the fault of a black person or a brown person, they now have to fear for their safety. Wayne Rooney can miss a kick and it'd be okay. But if Mbappe, and I'm just giving out names because I don't know who missed the kick, but if anybody that looks like me or darker fucks up, it's over with. And I understand that, you know, a lot of the racial tension in London, they're just learning about it because they didn't really get started till the 1960s where they start seeing that type of stuff. But it's wild that y'all lie so easily and so frequently about racial issues in the UK when y'all be making videos calling people racist quite frequently.
You can't have that damn take off, just so you know.
Thank you for that. I'm currently at the airport in Alicante waiting for my return flight back to London, and that video I posted earlier, I did not expect it to go viral. And for all of you who are in the comments saying that I'm trying to play the victim, I wish you all were there to see that lady's facial reaction. From the moment I boarded that plane, that lady was looking at me up and down. And I don't think she expected me to sit by her. And when I got into my seat, I didn't even sit for a good 2.5 seconds, she was already on my case. And I've been living in the UK for 7 years, and I know microaggressions. It's my lived experience. So I knew from the beginning, it was very much given microaggression. But you know what the sweetest part of the matter is? The sweetest part of the situation is that she was not even in her allocated seat. The flight attendant came around and told her to go into her allocated seat. Okay.
If a black person go to the white neighborhood, right, they was in danger of being killed. Right?
Of course.
White motherfuckers come to the hood, they in danger of being swagged up. They ain't in danger of being killed. Nigga. They in danger of accepting the culture.
Yeah.
White come to the hood, next thing you know, they got a black boyfriend, they
What?
shaking their ass, they in the hood.
What?
You feel what I'm saying?
Come
White
on
nigga
now.
come to the hood, next thing you know, they got a different slang, they cool as hell though.
Riz
Black
them
people
down.
is the people we accepting and loving.
Also, did you notice something about the white Karen who said this is the space she has been parking a car for 12 years. So now I want you guys to think about that statement. She's been parking the car for 12 years, which simply means that she's always leaving her car in that space. That's what it means. So when she leaves the car in that space, you as a neighbor, you can park there because the car is always been left there. That is one. And two, if you don't happen to park the car there, she will come to you and confront you. And guess what? The guy said it's a space, like it's not a garage actually, it's just like an open parking lot whereby everybody or anybody in that place can park anywhere. And she was like, I'm going to call my husband. And that's the most interesting part for me. And she tried to, cause a scene. The guy was like, let me go out. I was like, oh, you are harassing me. Don't forget, I always tell people whenever you want to go through anything, any confrontation with a palm color person, put on your camera. Like I always sound it clearly, vividly. I sound it every time. Put on your camera. So whatever will be done in front of a camera, and that will be your evidence. And of course, you saw what happened. So, guys, seriously, I believe it is time to be more wise than the deceit man or woman who comes your way as a black person. They are deceitful. They are they what they like to do is just implicate you as a black person in a neighborhood, and you must always avoid that. That's what I would say. Look at that guy. That guy that's been doing accounting. He's a salesman for 15 years. He knows how to converse. I mean, all the conversation with him is good to go because that's his job. They size you up to think, to want to know your level. And I'm like, they themselves are not, they're nothing to reckon with because they always just want to prove that, oh, they're better. And they're not better shit. They're not. But because of this idea of, oh, this is a neighborhood, anyone that comes in, we must size him up. If it's not up to tax, who told you? Are you the landlord? Are you the, who defines that? Who put that rule in place? And this is why I always tell people, fine, it's okay to live in a white neighborhood, but if it's not good for you, if you're, I mean, look at the neighbor. I think I brought a story. This neighbor, they have kids, and the kids were just passing around, went to the tree to play at the tree, and this lady reported the boy, and he said the boy was, I mean, it became a police case. He called the police on the boy that the boy is, playing with just a tree, and they called the cops on the boy. What about this the couple? That she called the cops on, and they said they lied. She lied on them that they are doing something, just concord lies. This is what I used to tell everybody. Let your cameras be on. And if that neighborhood is not good enough, I mean, it's okay to leave. This is why black Americans do that. And I mean, blacks all over the world, they avoid a white neighborhood because those guys are a bunch of liars. You just want to make you uncomfortable. And instead of you, if you are the only one, it's better. But if you have kids that are growing up, those images are not good for children. That is why I always emphasize avoid them like plague. Just go somewhere else if you have family. But if you are the only one, you can handle it. It's okay. But guys, what do you think about this? I want your views and your perception. Let the conversation begin, guys. And thank you to everybody that's been liking my channel, my beautiful black and handsome black Americans. I want to say thank you for all the gifts, all the likes, all the encouraging words. I'm grateful. And if you're new here, subscribe, like, and share. Let's get this conversation going. Let this video go viral. Let's expose the antics, the gimmicks that they always, put to play when it comes to black person coming to the neighborhood because they don't want to. But they can decide that they are not the owners of the land. That's why. That's what I believe. So let's make this video go viral. Thank you guys. And it's like come your way again. Bye.